Good morning. Welcome to the conversation here on TOS TV Network, your digital first Pan-African network. I am Adesua Suyi, and I'm going to be riding solo with you on the conversation this morning. It's quite a beautiful Thursday morning here in Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria. And it has been quite windy and, sort of cold since yesterday, and I've been wondering why. Anyways, before, not wasting any of your time, we're going to go on a quick break. When I get back, it's time to take you through developments and happening across the African continent. Do stay with me.
North to South Africa, East to West Africa, TOS TV Network is your digital-first Pan-African news network, bringing you news from across the continent. Visit our website www.tostvnetwork.com and follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Watch us on television, channel 138.
Welcome back. Now we move straight into development across Africa, starting from Kenya, with the low-cost issues, low-cost and farmers issue. Now, in the light of the ongoing desert low-cost infestation in Kenya, United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, has teamed up with the company 51 Degrees to get control of the situation via tracking software integrated with a hotline system, scouts and dispatched aircraft. The software, initially developed for tracking, poaching, injured wildlife and illegal logging and other conservation needs, has been reworked to instead trace and tackle locust swarms. The hotline takes calls from village chiefs or some of the 3,000 trained local scouts. The aircraft are then dispatched according to the data on the size of the swarms and direction of travel are shared with the pilot as well as government and organizations battling the invasion in Somalia, Kenya and Ethiopia. And that is quite interesting. I like when, innovation is deployed to tackle, challenges, societal issues and stuff like that. And, if there's locusts in China and they're in Kenya rather, and they have a tracking system to actually track poaching and all of that, why not deploy it to salvage the situation? I like what Kenya is doing right there. Moving to Nigeria, regarding the abducted students in Niger State, Nigeria, the governor says they won't pay ransom to kidnappers. The governor of Niger State, Abubakar Sani Bello, has said his administration will not pay ransom to kidnappers. Bello said this following the abduction of some students and staff of Government Science College in Kangara, Rafi local government area of Niger State in the early hours of Wednesday. Meanwhile, the governor has ordered the immediate closure of all boarding schools in the bandits-ravaged areas of the state. The governor said the action is necessary to save the life of the students as the areas have already been taken over by bandits. He said this after a brief meeting with heads of security agencies in the state at the government house, Mina, on Wednesday. Bello urged the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to deploy all necessary mechanisms to help in containing the situation as it is now out of control. In response to the incident, the presidency, through a statement issued by the senior special advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, revealed that a team of security operatives have been dispatched towards the rescue of the abductees. This is quite a sad development. It's beginning to look like it's been a trend. First the Chibok girls, then the Dachi girls, then the Kankara schoolboys, and now the Kagara schoolboys. It's quite sad, and I hope it doesn't become a trend, and I hope we get to see, an end to it, and something is done to rescue these youngsters from, the abductors. Moving on. WHO alerts 6 African nations over the new resurgence of Ebola, in African countries. And some African countries have recently recorded numbers of Ebola. And the World Health Organization has alerted 6 African countries to watch out for potential cases of Ebola after it emerged in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Guinea. The DRC declared the emergence of Ebola on February 7, while Guinea declared the outbreak on Sunday. We have already alerted the 6 countries around, including, of course, Sierra Leone and Liberia, and they are moving very fast to prepare and be ready and to look for any potential infection, the WHO Margaret Harris told a Geneva briefing. Meanwhile, the Ebola vaccination campaign kicked out Monday in areas where the epidemic was first recorded. Between 2013 and 2016, more than 11,000 people died in the West African Ebola epidemic, which began in Guinea. Ebola infects humans through close contact with infected animals such as chimpanzees and fruit bats. It then spreads within humans by direct contact with infected blood, fluid, and organs. It can be spread indirectly through contact with contaminated environment. I just hope this is very like nipped in the bud really quickly, because having to combat coronavirus and Ebola at the same time, it's quite devastating, and it's going to either slow the process, of having to combat coronavirus, or halt it entirely. And I hope other African nations, not just Sierra Leone and was it Guinea now, I hope other African nations takes cue and start to take precaution. If it's to close borders, just do stuff so we don't have another epidemic while we're trying to combat coronavirus. And I think that would be like the wise thing to do. Yeah. Okay, moving over to, COVID-19 related stories. South Africa on Wednesday began vaccination for COVID-19 using the Johnson & Johnson jab, which got into the country on Tuesday. Inoculations began with medical workers. The South African Medical Association said the vaccine will be administered at 17 sites. President Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa was one of the first to receive the vaccine. He was inoculated alongside health workers in Khayelitsha, Western Cape Province. He said the move is to demonstrate confidence and allay any fears about the vaccine. Before turning to Johnson & Johnson vaccine, South Africa scraps the rollout of the AstraZeneca drug after it was found to falter against the COVID-19 variant dominant in the country. 1 million doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine had already arrived in the country, prompting fierce criticism against Ramaphosa's government. On Tuesday, South Africa's health minister said the vaccines will be given to countries where they can be deployed. Yeah, instead of just wasting or storing out. If it doesn't work in South Africa, it could work in other African countries. So just say, give out the AstraZeneca vaccine and continue using the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And I like, the president taking it first, to say, look, it's safe, I've taken it, you should also get vaccinated. So we can get rid of coronavirus or COVID-19 really fast, especially, the deadly and new variant of COVID-19 in South Africa. Now, that's a development across Africa for today. We're going to go on a quick break, and in that time, I'm going to bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. Welcome back. That was COVID-19 update from across Africa, and it's quite sad to see that the cases are not dropping but increasing. Please do take precautions. Take precautions. Get vaccinated if your country is already rolling out vaccine. If your country isn't rolling out vaccine yet, while expecting vaccination process to begin, wear your face mask. Proper hygiene at this period. Wash your hands properly for 20 seconds at max, minimum of 20 seconds. And then if you're not, if you don't have access to water or soap at the time, use your hand sanitizer, wear your face mask, social distance. Just do everything to ensure that we do not have rising cases. And if you feel sick or anything, isolate yourself and, go get tested so we're sure you don't have COVID and you're not going to infect other people with COVID if you possibly do have COVID. All right, that's it for COVID-19 update from across Africa. I'm going to go on another break, and when I get back, it's a bit time to take you through what the national dailies are saying today, Thursday, I think 17th of February 2021.
TOS TV Network mobile app is now available. You can now catch up on our breaking news, stream our programs live. Watch out for the latest update on sports and politics as they unfold. You can also get notifications for our upcoming programs and events. All these on our TOS TV Network mobile app, available on Apple Store and Google Play Store. TOS TV News from Africa by Africans.
Being a journalist means in-depth analysis that unravels hidden truths, that question the status quo and fact-checks government.
These criminal elements hiding under the cloak of surveillance contractors are the APC elements.
Do you have facts to prove that? Being a journalist means waking up every day with a burning desire for peace, equity, and justice for all citizens.
We're being told that the choice you have is to take the lesser of two evils.
It means patriotism via the prism of objectivity and accountability. It means giving my platform to the masses to discuss issues that matter to them.
Some of them, if they bring budget, and the budget they look. Some they sleep. They're going to ask how much we are on. I have it.
Thereby shaping government policies and laws. My name is Osasu Igbenedion, and I am the People's Journalist.
Now let's get right into newspaper review on the conversation this morning. I'm going to be starting with the Daily Trust, starting from the very top of the Daily Trust newspaper. The first one says, Tofa, others caution against profiling Fulani Hausa as criminals. And then beside that, 2023, Secondus faces sack as defection hits PDP. Banditry, defend yourself, federal government tells Nigeria. And on the school abduction that happened was yesterday, federal government, Niger government in talks with Kagara kidnappers. 4 riders under that, 42 kidnapped victims in Kaduna Forest. We know the abductors, says the Inspector General of Police, will adopt Katina tactics to rescue them, says Defense Minister. Declares state of emergency on security, Senate urges Buhari. And then infant killed as fire got Maiduguri IDP camp. False declaration, Shell to refund 2 million barrels of oil. And Bayelsa woman gives birth to sextuplet 28 years after twins. Amazing. 6 soldiers killed, ammunition stolen as Boko Haram dislodges troops. That is the headline on the Daily Trust this morning. And it's quite sad to see this development. Insecurity spread all over the headline this morning, from banditry to Fulani headsmen and headers to Boko Haram and then to kidnapping. It's quite sad, I must tell you, and I hope something is done really quick to combat that. Moving over to the national economy, starting from the very top of that one as well. Discos sabotaging federal government mass metering policy that is coming from the Nigeria Labour Congress. And the very gaping headline on the national economy this morning: exorbitant shipping fees force importers to abandon cargoes at port. That's on page 4 of the national economy. ICPC's mops up 147 billion naira on spent personal cost in MDAs. That's on page 5. And the last headline on the national economy: federal government approves 62 billion naira for works and others. That is also on page 4 of the national economy. I'm more interested in the exorbitant shipping fee that forces importers to abandon cargoes at ports, because I've heard people in the import and export business complain that the shipping fee, the cargo fee is too much. Like, you import something for this cost and then you have to pay double to actually clear it from the ports and from the borders. And so instead of me to pay double, I just abandon it there and then maybe just look for an alternative, or just buy here or somewhere closer where I don't have to pay that much. And then so because of that, you can have a backlog of uncleared goods at the port, which is also a problem. So I hope something is going to be done about that as well, not just talk about it, but action will be taken about that one as well. Moving over to the Daily Times. Senate demands state of emergency as bandit sees pupils in Niger State. Still talking about the kidnapped Kagara boys from Niger State. That is on page 2 of the Daily Times this morning. And under that, talking about full price hike, DPR wants depot owners over hoarding of petroleum products. That story is on page 4 of the Daily Times. Still on insecurity, NLC says federal government deliberately allowed national security to deteriorate. That's coming from the Nigeria Labour Congress. The Labour Congress is saying the federal government deliberately allowed national security to deteriorate. If you're interested in, hearing that opinion, that story is on page 4 of the Daily Times as well. COVID-19, Zanzibar's first Vice President Sharif Ahmad dies of COVID-19. That's quite sad, I must tell you. That story is on page 6 of the Daily Times this morning. Moving away from the Daily Times to the leadership newspaper. Starting from the very gaping headline this time, Nigerians that are still on the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, Nigerians back Senate on call for state of emergency. Now we have 5 riders under that. PMB orders rescue of abducted Niger students and others. Sani Bello rules out ransom, shuts down boarding schools. Matawale wants compensation for bandits. Stop rewarding criminals, Atiku advises. Inadequate personnel, funding crippling security agencies. That's coming from Lawan. Now, under that, Labour laments state's refusal to pay minimum wage. It's quite sad that the issue of minimum wage is back to the fore, and that isn't supposed to be an issue at this time. PNB orders evacuation of refugees from Niger and Chad. ICPC mops up 147 billion naira on spent personal costs in MDAs, that's ministry, departments, and agencies. Sanusi advocates strict family planning laws. I think that's supposed to be, overpopulation, trying to evade overpopulation. Sanusi advocates for strict family planning laws. U.S. courts jails Nigerian 10 years over $11 million fraud. Disco sabotaging federal government's mass metering policy. That's coming from the NLC. That story is repeated here on the leadership. And alleged oil theft, court blocks Shell accounts. Then at the very top of the leadership newspaper, NNPC DPR warns marketers against illegal petrol price hike. And then under that, fire raises IDP camp in Borno State. That is on page 10 of the leadership newspaper this morning. I think I'm quite interested in this story. The abducted Kagara boys, where it's a PMB, that's President Muhammad Buhari, others rescue of abducted Niger State students. And then Sani Bello says, we're not paying ransom. So instead of having to pay ransom or pampering, these kidnappers, when they get kidnapped, request for ransom and they get paid, or, roll out other mechanisms, just, pamper them or something, we're not doing that this time. We have to follow them hard for hard. I think that is what this people is saying. Stop rewarding criminals. That's coming from Atiku Abubakar, telling the presidency and the federal government, you know what, these people are criminals and treat them as such. Stop rewarding them. Maybe no rehabilitation exercise, because I personally have a problem with rehabilitating these criminals and then reintegrating them back into the society. But that is not a discussion for today. Moving over to the last headline for our last daily for this morning, the leadership newspaper, the blueprint newspaper. Bandits strike in Kagara, kill 1, kidnap 27 students and 12 others. The first rider says, it's time for state of emergency. Senate tells Buhari. Niger shuts 4 boarding schools, northern government laments. Rescue our children now, PDP urges operatives. Ignore PDP's baseless conspiracies, APC tells parents. And will take political, military steps to secure their release. That is coming from the federal government. I think I don't like how this is becoming a political issue between, the ruling party and then the second major party, that's between the PDP and the APC. These persons are saying, oh, don't listen to these guys, and these guys are saying, oh, this is what you should do. I don't think we should be doing that now. I think we all should be focused on how to, tackle the insecurity issues in this country and then rescue both the Kagara boys, the Kakara boys, everyone that is still, with abductors. We should be looking at rescuing them, not turning it into political fracas. All right, under that, we have inflation, high interest rates threatening our existence. That's man cries out. Porous borders, Nigeria needs database, intensive surveillance. That's coming from the Alafin. I think the Alafin of Oyo this time. 2 years after, EFCC witness clears ex-FGF Babachiri of 544 million naira scam. Debt to increase as federal government converts $25 billion CBN financing. And on the issue of insecurity, 302 police special forces arrive Kaduna State. That is on insecurity. And then just on top of, you know, the Blueprint newspaper, stand up against bandits, Magashi tells Nigerians. Service chiefs unveil plans, I think plans, you know, to combat banditry in Nigeria. Troops kill several gunmen in Bigwari, rescue 4. That's the reason. Page 6 of the Blueprint newspaper. FEC OK 62 billion naira project for FCT and others. Federal government secures $1.2 billion investment for Nigerian farmers. Full pump price hits 117 naira in Lagos, Ogun amidst supply shortage. That's the reason, page 23. Now, if you're interested in any of this story, especially, you know, because on the issue of banditry that replicates across all dailies that I've reviewed this morning, get yourself a copy of any or all of the dailies, National Daily from Blueprint, Leadership, Daily Times, Daily Trust, National Economy. Get yourself a copy of all of those to, you know, stay in the know of what is happening in our country as of today. And that is it for newspaper headlines for this morning. I'm going to go on another break. When I get back, it's a bit time to take you on social media trend. What's trending on social media today? Welcome back. It's what's trending on social media here on the conversation this morning. Before I proceed, do not forget to be a part of the conversation. Join our community across all social media platforms. TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and on YouTube. It's also TOS TV Network. Also check out our website for stories that cuts across borders and facets and you know spheres. www.tostvnetwork.com. Now moving over to what's trending on social media this morning. Now, if you were here when I was talking about, when I was, you know, reviewing the national dailies this morning, this one story that cuts across or that replicates across all newspaper this morning was the Kangara boys the abducting of Kangara schoolboys yesterday, in the early hours of yesterday. And now that has been trending on social media. You know, gunmen stormed Niger State, a Nigerian boarding school early yesterday, kidnapping at least 20 teenage boys, that's the local governor said. The second mass abduction of children to shake the country in 3 months, rather. The first was the Kankara boys in Kaduna State, Katsina State, and then this one is happening in Niger State. The attackers raided the government science secondary school in the town of Kangara before sunrise and dragged the classmates into the dense woods. Police initially said the suspected hundreds could have been taken. 3 teachers and 12 family members also vanished into the night. Abubakar Sani Bello, the governor of Niger State, said on television, this unfortunate event has sparked quite a number of reaction of threads on social media, Twitter especially, and I'm going to read out a few tweets right there to you. The first one is from Dr. Olufumilayo. He says, we have now fully normalized the abduction, kidnapping, dehumanizing and torture of school children in Nigeria. First, it was Chibok girls in 2014, then we had Dachi girls in 2017, and then Kankara boys in 2020. Today, it's Kangara boys in 2021. This is a failed jungle country. That is coming from Dr. Olufimlaya. And this kind of just replicates what I said earlier, that is beginning to look like a trend. And I desperately hope it doesn't turn into a trend and we don't keep hearing, you know, the abduction of school children in our country. Moving over to another tweet at Ambima Vibes. I remember in 2014 when I went to Government Science College Kagara for a debate competition. I really enjoyed the few days I spent in that school. Now today, this horrific incident falls on these innocent kids who only went to school. Hashtag Secure Niger State, hashtag Kagara Boys, hashtag Kagara. Quite sad, I must tell you. This is coming from Real Oil Shake. The Kagara Boys kidnapping is heartbreaking and disturbing. The bandits have declared a war with the Nigerian state, and they should be faced with the firepower of our security men. Stop handling terrorists with baby gloves. Went on to tag the president, the vice president, the governor of both Niger State and Kaduna State. That's the tweets that I can take. But it's quite sad. I think everyone, if you were a Nigerian, you'll be sad at this development at this time. You don't even have to be a Nigerian to be sad. Just knowing that people went to school to study and then they get abducted by bandits. Nobody knows what's going to happen to them. Nobody knows why they were abducted. It's the fear, being so scared and all of that stuff. And I hope that these boys are rescued before maybe they turn into bandits, or they get recruited into, Boko Haram or terrorism. I don't know why. Nobody knows why they were abducted. Nobody knows what the bandits want. But as the governor has said, we are not going to pay ransom, and then steps have already been taken to secure their rescue, to get them rescued and to get them released. And I hope we get positive news on that in no time. All right, moving over from what's trending on social media, I'm going to go on another break, yes. And when I get back from this break, it will be time to take you on the last segment of the conversation, the big story.
Tony Maganaki. Yeah.
Everything is changed nowadays. Funny how we can't even play no more. It was only yesterday when we party every day. Now it's blood on the dance floor, all because of the virus. But it can't kill the power inside us to stand together and defeat Corona.
أنا وياك البارح نهني نقول هانيا. Bad things are changing. لكل قلب نرد شوية. نخرجوا إن شاء الله. نعيشوا إن شاء الله. Cause nobody is safe until everybody's safe. Tuamini nalo litakwisha. Na tena tutalishinda tu. Tupambane hii vita. Tumshinde COVID-19. Tuna kila sababu ya kuwajali wengine. Tafadhali tujilinde, tuwalinde, tuamue sasa.
One day my people, one day we'll be celebrating, cause this plague is over. Nothing will be separating us, cause nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Oh, everybody is safe. Oh.
Rain no go fall forever. Sun goes to shine, my sister. We go beat Corona if we stand together. If we stand in solidarity, we no go fit to fall down, fall down. Yeah, me I like that. Me I like you and I know you like me too. Me I love you and I know you love me too. We gonna spread the word and not divide us so. Nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Oh, me I want to be safe. Oh, eh, oh. Oh, me bush and cheese. Feels like we done lost me. We'll pick up the pieces, start over. All the tears will be all over. Any minute we will be much closer. For now we scream and shout. One day my people, one day we'll be celebrating, cause this plague is over. Nothing will be separating us. Nobody is safe until everybody is safe.
Everybody is safe. One day my people, one day we'll be celebrating, cause this plague is over. Nothing will be separating us. Nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Everybody is safe.
J'ai passé un gros big up à tous ceux qui font le taf. Dans les hôpitaux, la tristesse sous les masques. Mister Akoro nous a piqué dans la face. On a tous peur, quoi qu'on dise, quoi qu'on fasse. On va gagner, gagner, gagner. À nous la victoire, notre histoire, elle va changer. Tous les jours, les soirs, c'est la messe. Frérot, tu sais, Akoro nous a tous mis dans la S.
Mothers are kings and fathers are queens. You reign in your quest for the truth and strive in your sleep. The people in your past can relate, your victory great. I saw you on the shits in your graves, your fathers relate. Many cries now, but they never beat the sunrise. Swinging in your fight and we waiting for your come right. Your faith gon' heal you, heaven gon' keep you. I'm praying that the sun never leaves you. I feel you here.
Hey, se não nos unirmos agora, tudo que construímos outrora, destruímos agora. É melhor nos munirmos agora. O futuro das crianças decidimos agora. Covid não escolhe cor, somos todos alvos. Enquanto não tivermos todos, ninguém tá salvo. A mensagem é básica, para não mudarmos o nome da Mama África para Mama Lágrima.
Lume alfa, skalvgun jallefa. Abroke takelu, andu like a gomu, metade gichala. One day, my people, one day we'll be celebrating, 'cause this pain is over. Nothing will be separating us, 'cause nobody is safe until everybody is safe. Oh, everybody is safe. Oh, one day, my people, one day we'll be celebrating, 'cause this pain is over. Nothing will be separating us, 'cause nobody is safe until everybody.
Welcome back to the conversation. Now, before I go into what the big story is for today, do remember to follow us across all social media platforms, TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Now, moving on to the big story. Now, did you know that the National Assembly has made a move to ban bleaching cream in Nigeria? Bleaching cosmetic products, not just creams. Any cosmetic product that might actually, be harmful to your skin through bleaching is going to be banned very soon, I think. Okay, so I'm going to just, so the Senate moves to regulate distribution, marketing of bleaching cream. A resolution to ensure the regulation of the formulation and distribution of cosmetics, especially bleaching cream, was passed by Nigerian senators on Tuesday, February 16, 2021. Senator Remi Tinubu raised the motion during the plenary to urge the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration, that's NAFDAC, to wake up to its responsibility to protect Nigerians against harmful cosmetics. She expressed concern with the proliferation of small and medium enterprises and businesses that have flooded the Nigerian market with beauty products whose production are not well regulated. The senator raised concern that products used for skin lightening are not indicating ingredients or expiry dates to enlighten users of their content. The Senate is worried, and that's a statement by Senator Remi Tinubu. She says, the Senate is worried that it is impossible to determine that hygiene, quality assurance, and good manufacturing practices are adhered to in the formulation of these products. The lawmaker noted that side effects of cosmetic products can be damaging and cautioned that the market is regulated to protect Nigerians. And personally, this is my personal opinion, I think it's a step in the right direction, because aside being light-skinned, naturally light-skinned Nigerian, I know quite a number of times I tried to acquire, skincare products just, to hydrate and to moisturize my skin. And they tell you it's all natural, it's all organic, but at the end of the day, you try it and you realize that it's actually, it has lots and lots of bleaching agents. Very harmful, very, very harsh for the skin. You start getting pigmentation, you start getting, rashes, itchies, stuff like that. And you wonder, this isn't what I asked for. I know that people who deliberately want those products to want to lighten their skin or want to tone their skin a little bit, but I think regulating it will help you to know what you're actually buying. For people who want to change your skin color, you know that this is what I'm going for, and then you know what is in the product that you're buying, so you're just in the know. And then for people like me who do not want to actually bleach their skin, just want something natural to use on your body, you know what you're going for. What I'm buying does not have bleaching agents. You're not disguising bleaching creams and natural or organic products, which is quite prevalent in the Nigeria cosmetic industry today. Quite a number of them, and they just parry it so openly, and then you wonder what's going on really. Like, not everyone wants to bleach their skin, so let us just know. And I think the NAFDAC should get in on this and just regulate the cosmetic business in Nigeria. We should know what this products contain. We should know, why do they not like, because I had this conversation with somebody I think sometime last week. I was like, why do these so-called organic skincare line not put the ingredient on the label? Why do they avoid putting the ingredient on the label? What are they trying to hide? If you have nothing to hide, then come out openly with it. If there are always going to be people who are interested in what you're selling, if it's skin toning, bleaching, whatever, there are going to be people who are interested in it. But don't bleach your skin. I always say that because it's quite harmful, like very harmful to the skin. The skin is a very thin layer. Bleaching it causes lots of damages. But hey, if you want to bleach your skin, who am I to tell you not to? Just be careful, and just know what you're buying. Just be in the know. And I think every cosmetic or every beautician or whoever produces this product should be open about it. Don't hide it. Let us know what we're buying. And if I'm spending my money to buy something, let me know what I'm paying for, what I'm spending my money on, literally. All right, that is it for the big story this morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Do not forget to be part of the community, TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. www.TOS TV Network is the website. And on YouTube, it's TOS TV Network. We have quite amazing programming that you should check out, both on our website and of course on YouTube, of course on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as well. Thank you so much again for joining the show. I am Adesua. I'll see you tomorrow.